Hello my darlings, it's Niki here today, and in today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to get this beautiful, long, irregular, uneven braid. Not too long ago I created a hair tutorial called how to get a longer braid. So the technique that I used to create this braid is pretty much the same as the technique I used in the other video. The only difference is I clipped in the 1-inch wefts in slightly different positions than I did with the other tutorial, because the other tutorial I was doing just a regular 3-strand braid, so the location of the clips were slightly different. Nevertheless, the technique is very similar, it's very quick, very easy, and it's going to enable you to create these beautiful long braids, and every time you make them they turn out totally different. I personally cannot get enough of wearing these long braids. I've always wanted super long hair, and I finally feel like with this technique I'm able to do that. So just a disclaimer for those of you who are watching this tutorial and don't have clip-in hair extensions, I'm truly sorry, but to use the technique that I came up with you have to have clip-in hair extensions. So again, I'm truly sorry, and I still hope you learned something from this tutorial, and don't be mad at me. I'm wearing my 240 gram set of fancy hair extensions, and even though my fancy hair extensions are 20 inches long, anytime I braid them they end up coming up to here. So essentially I was able to add twice the length to this braid with this technique. So if you want to know how I created this beautiful long braid using my clip-in hair extensions, keep on watching.
To recreate this long braid, you will need a 2-clip weft and 4 1-clip wefts from your clip-in hair extension set. I usually clip in these pieces at the top of my head, but since my hair will be in a braid, it's not important to blend the top of my hair. I have more details on this part in my how to get a longer braid tutorial, which I will link for you in the description box for those of you that are interested. Next, I'm gathering all of my hair to one side and tying all of the loose hair together at the side with a large hair elastic. Feel free to part your hair any which way you like. I'm also releasing a chunk of hair on the side of my braid to frame my face and make this hairstyle look more undone. Once I have my ponytail, I'm taking my 2-clip weft and clipping it around the ponytail and above the hair elastic. To hide the elastic, I'm taking a chunk of hair from the underside of the ponytail and wrapping it around the base of the ponytail while pinning it in place with bobby pins. And now we're ready to begin braiding. I decided to start my braid with a fishtail braid, but it's totally up to you on what you want to braid. This braid is completely customizable and has limitless variations using this technique, so feel free to also incorporate more wefts into your braid if you want it even longer or thicker. To braid a fishtail braid, all I did was separate my ponytail into 2 sections, and then I took a thin strand from the outside of one of the sections, crossed it over, and combined it with the opposite section. Then I repeated these same steps on the other side, and then I'm continuing to repeat these steps until I want to stop. I'm braiding my fishtail for a few inches, and then I'm tying the fishtail braid with a small hair elastic before I start to pull it apart with my fingers. All I'm doing is gently pulling on the sides of the braid to make it look more undone. Next, I'm clipping in 2 of my 1-clip wefts into the ponytail right under the hair elastic. Once I've done that, I'm taking a small chunk of hair from the ponytail again and wrapping it around the clips and elastic to cover them up, and then securing it in place with another hair elastic. I'm doing this because a bobby pin would be much harder to disguise here. Now I'm going to braid a regular 3-strand braid. I'm crossing over the strands 2 times, and then I'm clipping in another 1-clip weft into the back of the strand that I'm going to cross over next. After I cross over the strand, I'm clipping in my last 1-clip weft into the strand I'm crossing over next. After all of my wefts are clipped in, I'm continuing to braid my regular 3-strand braid until it's about the same length as my fishtail braid, and then I'm tying it off with a hair elastic. I'm going in again and pulling apart the braid with my fingers to make the braid more undone. Since I don't have any more wefts to clip in, I'm simply going to skip straight to covering up the hair elastic with a small strand of hair from the ponytail and securing it in place with another hair elastic. I'm going to go ahead and braid another braid for a few inches, secure it with an elastic, pull it apart, wrap a section around the elastic, and repeat these steps until I have no more hair to work with. For the last braid, I'm simply securing the ends with a hair elastic without wrapping any hair around the elastic since I have very little hair left at the ends. And there it is, my beautiful, irregular, long braided hairstyle that is uniquely different every time I recreate it.
Alright my loves, so that's all I have for you today. I really hope that you enjoyed this hair tutorial and learned something new. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it and leave me a comment down below on what you thought about this hair tutorial. And if you have any suggestions on future hair tutorials that you'd like to see me recreate, please feel free to let me know in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, please be sure to do so to stay up to date on everything fancy hair. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys and I'll see you in my next video.